GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
GUVI, a vernacular edutech brand, skilling everyone everywhere.
Hello, welcome to Kannada Plus. This is the review of director Ullas Chemban's Anchakkallakokkan. Now, what does this confusing title mean? It means the boogeyman, to put it simply, that imaginary monster that parents often use to scare children to keep them in line. Now, here's the interesting thing that this film does with this idea. Within the context of its story and its principal characters, it gives this idea a more practical definition, which is the boogeyman residing within all of us. The film could have taken this idea and done many more interesting things, but the writing leaves a lot to be desired. The setting is a fictional mountain village in the Kerala-Karnataka border in the late 80s, which is teeming with all kinds of dubious characters like politicians, landlords, thugs, and policemen, except for maybe a few kind-hearted souls. But in a story like this, first impressions don't always hold weight. I thought there was great potential here to focus on and maybe flesh out one particular character called Vasudevan, played by Lukman. Vasudevan is a police constable grappling with anxiety and confusion. He reminded me of Jairam's character from Nanmanaranjavan Srinivasan, in which he was a police constable who shuddered at the sight of blood or the thought of guarding a corpse. But just how much Nanmanaranjavan Vasudevan is, that is a mystery for this film to solve. This is a film that we later learn suffers from a major attention deficit disorder. In trying to please attention deficit viewers, it ends up doing just the opposite. Different sets of supporting characters show up, but the film isn't interested in exploring them enough. It feels like reading a random chapter from the middle of a book. Most of the film has this scattered quality in terms of the way it treats its characters and plot developments. Some people show up, do some things, say some things, but none leave any impact. I felt that the film was more interested in exploring Chemban Vinod's character, a senior constable who looks like an amiable monk dispensing sage advice, but he may have another side to him that others don't know about. We also meet a set of eccentric twins looking to avenge the murder of their father. One of them is mute while the other speaks in an incomprehensible manner. Now, when you combine these qualities, you get a bunch of amusing situations that offer the occasional comical relief. The film is at its most interesting only when these twins appear or when Chemban Vinod does something amusing that holds our attention. There's no denying the film's impressive scope and visual quality. It maintains a predominant sepia tone, staying true to the vintage era, and a color grading pattern similar to the two-strip Technicolor format, something that resembles what we saw in Tyagaraja Kumararaja's Super Deluxe. Unfortunately, it gets caught up too much in camera and editing gimmicks that seem to go on forever, especially in the fight sequences, that after a point I began to lose interest. I thought there was a great opportunity here to do something like the Brazilian film City of God, or maybe a great western like High Noon or 310 to Yuma. Instead, what we get is yet another film that squanders that potential by attempting to emulate the filmmaking school of Lijojo Pellicheri. This is a classic case of style overtaking substance. So that's the review of Anchakkallakokkan. See you next time.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
GUVI, a vernacular edutech brand, skilling everyone everywhere.